feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign.
And Ramadipa moving around big time as he came up.
And that could be it, Peter. That is it, I think. Lucas Brown, the British rider, he's going to take away a point if he stays.
Each other up about now.
They need to be careful. It's over a second now. Benyak Fernandez, Zen Mitani, up to tears if they're not careful through Curvone, Peter. Goodness me.
And they really should be looking for the cool wet patches, which is fantastic. We love that. That's a bit of drama. But, you know, it's worse than it is. It's not making the bikes unstable at all. But
what was that?
He passed 3 people.
And they got passed by 2.
Yeah. So, and look at, you can see the bike moving around now as that tyre is on the number 11, who has second place, but only just from was 3/10. They go over the start and finish. Lost, you know, casual time, but just at the moment there's 5 laps remaining. The tyres are getting slower. Right, so it is the 30.
Close geographically, but there is a bit of a rivalry there. So it could just be that tyre wear really coming in now, Peter.
Yeah, it's interesting. Little second place with Veda Patama.
Yeah, so with the competition out there, not too sure. We'll have to ask him. Bid for the title.
That's right, and of course, you know, he's still trying to keep his
slump up the inside of Carter Thompson. Are his tyres starting to outside of Veda Patama? Dinesh arrives on scene.
A couple of metres every corner at the moment. Up the hill they go.
Been doing lately.
3 abreast. 3 abreast. There it is. And he's pulling away. Ramadipa's pulling away. Now Veda knows.
Unfortunately, KJ Monignano's gone down at turn 8 this time. That's a shame for him. Will make front page news if they were to get a 1-2
The social check around now and giving a breathing stage for Uriarte. But Zen Mitani, where did
3-2 come along in Mugello? Could it be a third in a row, but with a different...
Absolutely fantastic.
And these Patama straight up the inside of Ega. 1 and 2.
We haven't said that before, I don't think.
Look at him. Look at him. And Zen Mitani's in second place. Knows out, doesn't he? Absolutely quality.
Anyway, and in fact, yes, he loses the drive because David Gonzalez picks up
by side with Uriarte. That is as close as you look. Here's what happened then. Where's Cup pushing? He's looking up the inside.
Complete another lap. Just 8 remaining.
The inside of Mitani. Veda's out. He's down and out. So's Cup.
Over the hill there and down. Those tyres certainly get it.
That is down and out. Hakim's wide.
Carpuchin
there over the next 7 laps or so in 15th. But Veda goes down. Veda's down. Hakim's wide. 10th place from the back of the grid. A really impressive ride from him.
No, it's going to end with Brian Uriarte running away with this race because they're just mucking the tarmac.
Dinesh up to 7th place now, ahead of 6.
Now he's back again. He's been passed by all of them.
It's all going to end in...
Just, you know, you can see it moving around. The carcass is getting very, very wide. Because he drifts wide. He goes up the inside, where affects the stability as well. You know, look, Zen Mitani. There comes Veda.
Oh, my goodness! What on earth?
Fine, now it's now 6, nearly 7 tenths. Hard to imagine it's going to stay like that. It is Gonzalez to Ramadipa now. We'll see what the gap is.
Even though I think they do get on quite well.
Right, and Brian having a night because the dry line is forming, so the track is getting faster. But
the national pride there at stake between Malaysia and Indonesia. So great because it looks like the pace is slowing compared to what it was.
Cup hopes alive, but he's also trying to keep second place. He's trying to
fade the Aussie, or is he just flailing with the to try and stake his claim in a last gasp?
Is there anything that Veda can do about it now that he's up into a clear second place? Veda Patama,
look who's just behind him. Hakim Danish round him.
That he's got to stick with him here because it's he's pulling out sort of.
He actually qualified down in 16th position, which is a darn sight better than he's.
And to go absolutely mad, weren't they? Absolutely mad. Fantastic. That come from absolutely superb.
Absolute cracker that was. As we see a rider here today, they must be on their feet. Gonzalez, he is tenacious.
That's right, and these lot are mucking each other around this cup.
All since the beginning of Rookies Cup for one to get a victory. The pace is slowing compared to what it was, so it could just...
There's plenty of action left in this, and at the moment they are staying on.
Or is he just flailing with the conflict to around 10th. He's now back up to 6th ahead of Ralston, and
that Veda can do about it now that he's up into a clear second place. And Keras.
I see Marcus Ruda has recovered after
him here because it's he's pulling out sort of a couple of in the changing room as they got out their Alpine stars gear. They're all good mate. Absolutely mad, weren't they? Absolutely mad. Fantastic stuff. And
Keras, look at that up the inside.
Back on Fernandez. That was
here today. They must be on their feet. It will make front as Fernandez moves up the inside of him into 3rd place. All since the beginning of Rookies Cup for 1 to get a victory. 2 they go into turn 8. Then Fernandez looking up the inside of Keras. He's like, aren't they? So it is then, Peter. Indonesia was working on themselves rather than complaining about the motorcycle setup. Pushes him wide. Pratama, he loves to get his elbows out.
Really enjoying riding the KTM now, and I'm absolutely loving it. So looking forward to
over the line we go then. So there we are, Pratama side by side.
Bike started working really well for me at the Red Bull Ring, and it's onto the start and finish to complete another lap. Just Carpe. The 83 machine on the 32, Brian Iriarte on 54, just ahead of the 50.
Has sadly gone down.
Hopefully he's okay, and guys are going to be past their best very soon.
Overtake from there, pretty tough move. Forced Moodley to tuck in his...
You're thinking in those terms, yeah, it is really a broad, dry line down.
Just saw the 54 of Alberto Fernandez move Rushane Moodley. Looking quite strong at the moment.
Back to first gear, the slowest part of the circuit, 74 kilometres an hour.
Carter Thompson went well wide there at the bottom of the hill there, unfortunately.
Flat out right-handers, 6th gear it is through both of them, then and I noticed before he was right down the back of the field too, not having fun. Extreme this time, let's see as they go through, it's the fastest part of the circuit, they're up to 3/10, they go over the start and finish line.
Here we are then, onto the back straight for the first time.
And Rico has a couple of getting slower. Right, so it is the 32, Rico Samella, the 15-year-old Finn, but he's under the strongest pressure as they come.
That tyre wear really coming in now, Peter.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it, because they're off the green stuff, they've really got to, because track limits warming is a cube.
Competition out there, not too sure, we'll have to ask him after the race. Morelli, they are in the same order that they started on the grid with. At the inside of Carter Thompson, are his tyres starting to fade? The Oz is a bit of a sluggish start. He moved back from
meters every corner at the moment. Up the hill they go. Is there anything there? And but that's superb tight stuff between the two of them. He's pulling away. Ramadipa's pulling away. Now Veda knows that he's got to stick with Burt. When they're good mates, they were laughing about the qualifying yesterday in
Page News if they were to get a 1-2.
The social channels that go.
Oh, the Finn still leads. Carpe, Fernandez, come along in Magello. Could it be a third in a row, but with a different rider? Leans on him. Well, that was a quality bit of defence for Keras, but it's in vain. 1 and 2.
We haven't said that before, I don't think, in Rookies Cup.
Up and this and that and the other bad habits to get into potentially. Here's the absolutely quality. Just blockbuster these 2 races, he said. Brilliant stuff. That's the kind of thing we like to hear. Riders with Iriarte. That is as close as you like. And
retain that. He said, I've hardly done anything to it this weekend. 8 remaining. Carpe. He was so confident going into this race. He said, look, the 54 of Veda Patama in 3rd place behind Brian Iriarte. Rico Samella about to come under very strong pressure from Alvaro. It's still the advantage to Kianda Ramadipa.
So on to the start and finish straight they come as we see Ramersdorfer
here, and certainly with 8 laps and a few corners to go these times.
Out of the way through turn 14 that time around, so good. Thompson very wide. Is he just trying to keep to the wetter part?